Good morning. Oh, I'm going to just give the title this morning and read the blurb and a couple other things that I need to read and jump right in. The title, finally, is Fanning the Flames and Ironing Out the Wrinkles. And I'm thinking to myself as I just read that, probably the and or the ampersand should be changed to or. In fact, I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to change what I selected as the title and rewrite it by just a couple of characters. I woke up today following a strange dream with two parts. In the first part, I was trying to get a fire going better to burn a large pile of trash. Then I was given 3 ironing boards. I thought to add to the fire. However, I could see that the ironing boards were in good condition, so I was removing the covers when I finally woke up. I kept trying to push it out of my mind because it made no sense to me. But the images kept coming back even in the meditation room. Okay, so what's the message? What finally came to me is that the flame of transformation does not need to be fanned, as much as we just need to iron out some wrinkles and salvage what's still useful. Seems as if I am being asked to take a closer look. Oh, and the color of the ironing board covers was burgundy. My shirt. Perhaps that is part of it too. Boo. So after I finished writing the blurb, I thought, well, I still have some time left. It's only about 4:15. I may as well start checking some emails. And I couldn't get the email program that I use for Facebook. It was just freezing up. And so it's in Firefox and it just wasn't working right. So I thought, well, I'll just go check my emails over on Roadrunner. By the way, I have 11 or 12 or something like that email addresses, just so that you know. And I have different emails they're supposed to be for different things, although after a time they seem to get mixed up and people send things to the wrong email address, and sometimes I respond and then it just adds more to it. Anyway, I haven't read a Tut's message in a long time, Mike Dooley message, but I thought, why did that particular email jump out, read that one? And actually, that's the only one that I did read. Believe it or not. Believe it or not, that's the only one that I did read. And I get lots of emails. But anyway, Tut's message for today. When it comes to real abundance, incredible health, and amazing friendships, Ron, you have considered, I'm sure, that suddenly discovering yourself immersed in millions, fit as a fiddle, and adored by a cadre of international admirers would still squarely place you in the calm before the storm. I so love time and space, the universe, and then the PS is because even then, Ron, things will still get better and better forevermore. And then it came to me after I read that, and chuckled like I just did. Because if you knew what's going on in my life, you'd understand how meaningful that might be. But in any case, I thought, what does burgundy mean? So I thought, well, I'm gonna Google it. So I opened my one of my other browsers, specifically Google Chrome, and I Googled burgundy. And one of the first ones, I get burgundy meaning. I wanted to know, what does it mean? So energy healing, color energy healing with the color burgundy, the realm of Tolus, Tolus. Energy healing using the color burgundy brings fierce power, confrontations, and explosive energies. The energy healing properties of the color burgundy give you great strength of character. It means that you need to stand up for yourself, a cause, or another. The meanings of burgundy energy tell us that it's time to make a plan and make a stand. Call in your allies. Know if you have any. Use the energy healing properties of the color burgundy when you need to pull up your deepest power reserves, your thigh strength. Dig in your heels and confront that bully, for you are empowered for victory. Something came to me after I read the meaning there, that burgundy to me means a priest warrior. That's not in the definition. Well, it does say honor. A balanced burgundy is honorable warrior. But the word priest came to me because I remembered the words that were given to me in a dream that were all like booming. You are a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek. It came to me many years ago. I mean, way before I started doing videos. It might have even been before I even moved to Florida, and that was 30 years ago. Anyway, back to this dream that I had. Here I am. I'm seeing myself going around the fire and blowing, trying to get the fire to go better. And then all of a sudden, as I said, I was given ironing boards. I actually put some other stuff on top of the fire. It's coming clearer now. The fire was actually going pretty good, and I was giving some more stuff to put on top of the fire. And that's when I was around blowing, trying to get the new stuff that I put on to ignite. And then the ironing boards came in. Why 3? I'm not sure. I didn't look that up. And I'm not sure what 3 ironing boards means, but the covers were burgundy. And I actually put them on top of the fire first, and they didn't start burning, and I thought, well, that's salvageable. So I pulled the ironing boards back out, and I started removing the covers. And that's when I woke up, as I said. I'm removing the covers of the ironing board and removing this burgundy fabric, if you will. Burgundy fabric ironing board covers. And I was clueless. I mean, absolutely clueless. What the heck kind of a dream is this? What could it possibly mean? I go into the meditation room and sit there for 15, 20 minutes till 4 o'clock. And I kept trying to push that away. I want something to talk about today. Spirit, what am I supposed to talk about? And I kept trying to push the dream away because it didn't make sense. But it kept coming back. It kept coming back. You notice I wasn't trying to silence my mind, but I was trying to control it. I don't want to think about that. I want something else to think about. Well, I do that in meditation sometimes, just so you know. I don't try to quiet my mind and eliminate thoughts. Sometimes I enter that space, but I never try to enter that space. That's not the goal. The goal is to be the observer of whatever is going on. That's the goal for me of meditation, which is more like contemplation. What's going on? I notice discomforts in my body. I noticed a little bit of discomfort when I was struggling, a little bit of a discomfort in my heart area. Oh, follow your heart. Let go of the struggle. That was the message. So, anyway, you heard the blurb, burgundy, priest, warrior. Well, I'm a priest. I'm a warrior. I stand up for what is right, what is just. I'm trying to make a just world, and I want to burn away. And when I do that, I do fire. You see, I have fire behind me. I burn away the dross. When I sit in front of my fireplace out in the atrium, one of my meditative thoughts, if you will, which may be a contradiction to some people, that's okay. But one of my meditative thoughts is burn up all of the dross that's in me and transform it to pure gold. Because fire to me is also symbolic of transformation. It is the application of flame and heat that transforms what is not useful anymore to something that can be reformatted, reformulated, whatever. It turns it to ash and ultimately the elements go up into the air to be reconstituted somehow. That's an image of transformation for me. You're not destroying so much as you're transforming. But this ironing board thing, there seems to be so many wrinkles in the plans for our human liberation. So many wrinkles. And we have a tendency to just want to throw things on the fire. But there's something of value there. They don't need to be transformed as just to iron out the wrinkles and smooth the path a little bit, smooth it out. And again, it's using heat, but it's not the flame. The flame had diminished, which is why I was trying to blow it and get it going again. It had diminished because I had added stuff to it, but what I was adding to it had calmed the fire down a little bit. It was still there, but it wasn't burning all over. It was covered up and just burning a little bit around the edges. I'm still, as I'm speaking to you, I'm still wondering, where are you going with this, Ron? Where are you going with this? I believe what I was being shown, as I already said, that some things don't need to be consumed or transformed so much and reformulated, but we need to take this color, we need to make the stand, we need to develop our allies, we need to do, which is why I had to look that up, about burgundy. And I still don't know what Talus is, the realm of Talus. That would be another one that I need to look up. I have no idea, but it can be salvaged. You can still use this. It just needs to iron the wrinkles out. That's hence the ironing board. How many times do we want to just throw something away because we can't quite understand the meaning right now? We can't quite get it. And so we want to just toss it on the fire and move on to something else. We want the transformation to take place because we don't like this form that we've been given. So we try to eliminate the form and change it to a different form, reformulate. In other words, like I said. But we can still use it. It still has a function. It's not outgrown its usefulness. We can salvage a whole lot. We just need to iron out the wrinkles. Does that have to do with some of the institutions? Now, as I look at the institutions of our world, and as I look at the various occupations and professions, I've often wondered, well, which professions aren't we going to need anymore when we move into this newness of life, this new realm, this new age, this new awareness, this higher consciousness? When we move into that, what professions are going to be obsolete? And the first one usually that comes to my mind is judges and courts. But maybe they just need some wrinkles ironed out too. Maybe for a time we'll still need them. Just like I believe for a time we'll still need money, hence the Tut's message. Oh, immersed in millions. Millions what? Real abundance. Real abundance. Now we think of real abundance as monetary. That's our culture. That's the human culture. Now I'm not talking about the indigenous cultures. I'm talking, of course, of the Western first world so-called cultures. Real abundance is equated to money or to monetary instruments. Immersed in millions. Well, if the OPPT and the Swiss Indo plan comes, that's what we're going to ultimately find ourselves in. Or if the global trust funds are released, immense abundance, measured in monetary terms. Temporary, yes. Fit as a fiddle. We're going to be healed. We're going to be healed from a lot of things because some technologies, healing technologies, are going to be released. And one of the things that needs to be shut down is the pharmaceutical industry. Needs to become grind to a halt because they're actually poisoning us. They're not helping us. They're poisoning us. At least that's my understanding, the understanding of many people. Unless there's something going on here that doesn't quite meet the eye, unless they're inadvertently doctoring our DNA to actually cause a mutation that actually feeds the whole thing of the awakening. Maybe everything that they're doing negatively actually has a positive meaning. Maybe we just have to iron out the wrinkles of our understanding and get a clearer picture of what's actually going on. And adored by international admirers. Well, I already have international admirers, people that really love and respect me from around the globe. And even when I start to say that, it starts to bring tears to my eyes immediately, because I didn't do it. It's a gift. It's a gift of just being authentic, that people appreciate telling the truth. So I've shared with you a bunch of ramblings, it may seem like, but it's more than that. It's more than just ramblings. They're nuggets for somebody, and maybe nuggets for me to consider and to ponder and to take into my spirit and iron out the wrinkles in my own being. I don't necessarily need the fires of transformation to burn so much, but I need to take a stand, and maybe you need to take a stand for what is decent and right and good. Maybe we all need to become a nation, a people of priestly warriors, because isn't every one of us a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek? Aren't we all Christs and Buddhas? Aren't we all divine beings, sons and daughters of the living God, the Creator Spirit that made all things, and of Him, of that creative spirit, all things consist. In that creative spirit we live and move and have our being. We're in a time of transformation, a time of ironing out the wrinkles. Thank you for listening. Namaste. There it is.